Okay. All right. Good morning, folkers. 11:13. How's it going? Man, I hope I don't throw up my anabolic French toast. That would suck. 11:13. I see you changing something around with your name a little bit. Yeah. I might have eaten a little too heavily this morning. That's your Xbox tag? So you're an Xboxer, huh? Sorry to hear that. I'm a PlayStation guy. Man. All right. Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon. Good evening. Wherever you're at in the world. Y'all know what it is. Snapzilla Gorilla. Welcome to the definition of anarchy. Anarchy television. What's going on? Oh man. Man. I stepped in it, y'all. Before I get into this live's drama, I fucked up last week. Well, I didn't really fuck up. What I did was, I accidentally put more on myself than I thought I did. Your boy got felonies and not caught with ammunition. Who did? You did? 11-13? Yo, yo, yo. I mean, they said, yeah, that's what they said about the oxygen. Oh, the Proud Boy leader? Yeah. I heard about that. They coming for their head, Poe. They coming for their head, Poe. Remember that from, I think it was, who said that? They coming for your head, Poe. I think that was, who was that? What's that group Prodigy was in? I forgot. Prodigy, may you rest in power. Prodigy was exposing some shit. And he died of sickle cell anemia. I think it was sickle cell. Y'all know. What's that? Prodigy. Mob Deep. Yo. So, last time I was here, Sunday, you know, y'all know I did the live after my rucking because I was watching my boy Wax Dog's live. He went in, and I thought, this is what I thought. I thought I added 10 pounds to my ruck when I actually added 20. So I thought I was rucking with 60 pounds. In reality, I was rucking with 70 pounds. And that's why I was so fucked up in the game last time. And it could only do 4 laps. I was actually rucking 70 pounds and I didn't even realize it. I forgot to take out, so I have the plate and I have some extra little sandbag weights. You know, the ones that you put in the vest. And yeah, I forgot to take, I was supposed to take one out. And I ended up not taking it out. And so I was doing 70 pounds instead of 60 like I thought. And today I'm doing 70 today. So I said, fuck it. I did it on Sunday. I'll do 70 pounds today. The goal is to get to 100 pounds, but not on the stairs though. I'll be doing the 100 pounds in the streets, you know what I mean? You know, on more level surfaces. You know, I'm not trying to do 100 pounds up and down these stairs. But yeah, that's why your boy was fucked off in the game on Sunday. And I was like, man, 10 pounds shouldn't, this extra 10 pounds shouldn't feel this bad. Turning out, it was closer to an extra 20 pounds. So, yeah. So I'm doing 70 pounds today. Your boy getting it in. As you can see, we got an overcast going on with some fog. You know, it's pretty moist. The air is pretty moist. I know some people don't like that word, moist. They get grossed out. I don't know why. Anyway, how y'all doing this morning? I'm not expecting too many people. You know, a lot of people are at work and all that. Man. Yeah, so this is a whole nother level of rucking right here. When you're at 70 pounds, it's a whole nother level. A few months ago, I started with about 25 pounds, 30 pounds, something like that. I think it was 25 pounds I started with when I started back rucking a few months ago. Now I'm up to 70. Whew. Which means longer breaks, slower going, but the goal is to pick up speed. You know what I'm saying? I'm building endurance. I'm building muscular endurance for my legs and my back and my core and my chest, because a lot of that's getting worked right now. When you wear the pack, you have to keep it stable and all that shit. Sheriff Fulton was good, mama. Oh, that's what's up. Good, you're out there walking. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah, let's get into this. So, apparently, the hospitals are so full here in California that, you know, and they're running out of oxygen and all that good stuff, right? And I was like, man, that's kind of crazy, right? Because I was just at the VA hospital on Saturday, you know, for some MRIs, and wasn't nobody in that bitch. They had a little MASH set up in the parking lot, and no one was there. There was a Tecate 19 triage next to the entrance. 3 people were in line. So there were more people in line to get into Trader Joe's this weekend than the people trying to get into the triage for COVID, Tecate 19. You hear what I said? So on Sunday, I went to 3 different Trader Joe's. Lines wrapped around the parking lot, right? But the Tecate 19 triage center, the one I went to, I didn't go to it. The one that was at the hospital I was at had 3 people in line. So there's more people trying to get into Trader Joe's than, to me, from my perspective, than trying to get into a Tecate 19 triage. Man, y'all don't understand. Walking and talking with this pack on, it's a beast. All right? So anyway, And just so y'all know, the 70 pounds includes the actual weights in my pack, the vest, the water, you know what I'm saying? So all that shit adds up to 70 pounds. So if it was just 70 pounds in the ruck, it'd be about 80 total pounds. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lenny. Oh, Lenny from Tennessee. What's going on with the bombing? Y'all hear anything about it? How's your cell service out there? Is your internet service back up? So yeah, like I was saying, from my perspective, it looked like there were more people trying to get in Trader Joe's than into the hospital. Not just Trader Joe's, all right? Target, you know, the farmer's market, you know, where else? Sprouts, you know, Sprouts. I don't know if y'all familiar with Sprouts. It's going in and out certain locations. Yeah. So yeah, I told you guys on Sunday that they disrupted multiple gas lines going to people's homes in Colorado. Did you guys hear about that from anyone else other than me? I'm just curious to see who's reporting that, you know. I don't want to say coordinated, but you know, it's two different states. But I wouldn't be surprised to see more deliberate interruptions to infrastructure like that. So go get your survival gear, go get your prepping gear, and get it popping. Didn't hear about it in Florida, but no one's talking about it. Call service, Zibby. Okay, so back to the hospital situation. All right, Blackspring with Autumn. How you doing, Queen? That's my sis right there. That's that Queen. Blackspring with Autumn in the building. Y'all go check out her page. Why don't you go ahead and drop a link to your page, Blackspring. She always gives good, pertinent, mostly objective information. You know what I'm saying? Stays on point. But she's not, to me, she doesn't seem to be drinking the Kool-Aid from the right. You know what I'm saying? Even though she has some people that she comes to her channel that are a little on that. Not even drinking the Kool-Aid of the right. Drinking the Trump Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Blackspring, she don't play no games either. I love when she goes off and goes on her little rants where she's going in on something. Very good. No, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, baby girl. Not you. So anyway, oh, Blackspring. So Blackspring lives in Southern California. What's your perspective? Are you seeing, do you believe that there is a overwhelming, that the hospitals are overwhelmed to the point where the ambulances have to pick and choose who they actually take to the hospital? Do you see that where you're at, Blackspring? What have you heard? You don't? I was telling them earlier, like right before I saw you in the chat, I don't know if you heard this part, but I saw more people waiting in line to get into Trader Joe's and Sprouts than trying to get, because I went to the hospital on Saturday. There was a Tecate 19 triage center set up outside. 3 people waiting to get in. I saw more people trying to get in the grocery store and the Dollar Tree. You know what I'm saying? Gotta save. Hey, gotta save, right? Yeah, of course. So let's get into this whole ambulance prioritization situation, okay? Now they're telling me, and they're telling us that the hospital, the ambulances, the paramedics have to carefully weigh who they're gonna bring to the hospital. So let me give you what they're saying is the criteria, okay? So, and I'm gonna see if you guys can draw the conclusion that I drew from this, okay? So, so a paramedic shows up to a scene, okay? And if someone stops, okay? If someone heart stops, okay? The paramedics can perform CPR for 20 plus minutes, all right? At least 20 minutes. If that person is not resuscitated, okay? Now, pick this one up. If that person is not spontaneously, what do they call it? Spontaneous recirculation, okay? That's what they call it. If that person is not spontaneously recirculated within a certain time frame, then you don't bring them to the hospital and you don't give them oxygen. What does that sound like to you? No, tell me what that sounds like. Okay, you're a paramedic, and I'm not a paramedic. I'm just using common sense and reading comprehension, all right, and reading between the lines. If you're a paramedic and you show up and a person's heart stopped and they're not breathing, and you try to resuscitate them for 20 plus minutes and they haven't been spontaneously recirculated, what does that sound like to you? Can anybody pick that up for me? That person that paramedic showed up to, heart stopped, not breathing. They try to resuscitate for 20 plus minutes. All right. And that person still has not breathed, has not started breathing, or their heart has not started again. What does it sound like is going on with that person? I don't see no comments. Okay, well, I'm gonna tell y'all. You know what that's called? That's called death. All right? That's called death. If a person stops breathing and their heart stopped, and it's been 20 minutes plus where they're trying to resuscitate you, first of all, in a few minutes of no oxygen and no heartbeat, no blood is getting to your brain, no oxygen is getting to your brain, right? Because that's how the oxygen gets to your brain, through the blood. It's not like you breathe in oxygen and it goes directly to your brain. No, it has to go through your lungs. Your lungs puts the oxygen in your bloodstream, and your bloodstream takes the oxygen to your brain. So no blood flow, meaning no oxygen to the brain for 20 plus minutes after you've been trying to be resuscitated. What was it? What was it? So basically, they're telling paramedics, if that motherfucker dead, don't bring him to the hospital. That's what it sounds like to me. Brain death, not brain damage, brain death. Brain damage occurs within a few minutes of no blood to the brain. Brain death happens after like 7 minutes, I believe. You're talking about 20 plus minutes of attempted resuscitation. So you telling me that you're telling the paramedics not to bring dead people to the hospital? Hey, don't bring dead people to the hospital, y'all. If it takes you more than 20 minutes or more to resuscitate a person and they're still not breathing and they're still not having a heartbeat, don't bring their ass to the hospital. Okay. What? Y'all tell me. What is that? I mean, come on, man. Come on. Come on. I was born at night, but not last night. All right? You're basically telling paramedics to call the meat wagon. That motherfucker dead. All right? That's basically what you're telling them. Now, why is this important? Well, yeah, they do pre-COVID, or shit, I said that word. Pre-Tecate, By the way, Tecate has nothing to do with that word I just slipped up and said. That's not a code word for that, YouTube. That's just, anyway, so. They do take, now, my wife's uncle passed away last week, or not last week, last month, okay? Well, actually, he passed away in November. My wife's uncle passed away in November. Now, he fell out in the bathroom, and they came and performed CPR on him for 30 minutes. He was basically dead for 30 minutes. And they managed to revive him, but before they took him to the hospital. But he was brain dead. There was no function. You know, there was no activity, no brain activity, nothing like that. I mean, there was a moment where there was some little spark, but for the most part, there was nothing there. They had his heart beating, they had his lungs working because they had him on machines. But dude was, I mean, he was dead. I mean, come on. And if he somehow came back to life after that or woke up, he would be a vegetable. Like, he would essentially be dead to the world. Okay? So, if we know, and then the same thing kind of happened to my a childhood friend growing up. He had autism, but this was like back in 2008 or 2008, 2007. He had autism, and he was with his grandmother, but he was like 19 years old. He was a sort of a functional autistic kid, right? But he was with his grandmother, and you know, she let him go swimming. All right. Now he tends to have seizures. He's not just autistic, he has epilepsy, or had. And you know, she let him get in the pool. Now, she's like 80 or something at this point. She is in no physical state to go in to the pool to save this boy if something were to happen. And it just so happened he had a seizure while he was swimming. All right. So he drowned. Now, like I said, the grandmother couldn't really do much. She was too old, too fragile. She moved like this. And I think he was drowned. He was out for 10 minutes or so, 10, 15 minutes. They took him to the hospital. They revived him. Took him to the hospital, but, you know, it was a wrap. They pulled the plug on him. He had no activity. So, yes, after 20 or 30 minutes, you can be resuscitated, all right? You can have heart function, but you'll be on machines because your brain will not be sending the signals to your heart and your lungs to get to work. So then guess what happens? If they take you off the machine, or if they lower the amount of work the machine's doing, and your body doesn't pick up the slack on its own, I mean, it's a wrap. All right. Now we're talking about 20, 30 minutes. 20, 30 minutes is happening. They give you before they say, okay, we can't take you to the hospital right now because you're dead. Why is this now happening? You know, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm dead for 20 or 30 minutes, let me go. I don't want to come back. I don't want to be on the machine. None of that. You understand? I don't want any of that. Now, I'm in no danger. I have no health issues. Okay? I have no health issues that are life-threatening. I'm good to go. I'm A1. Mama Trucker, what's good, mama? So basically, they don't want the paramedics to take people to the hospital that are dead. That's essentially what they're saying. If that motherfucker ain't alive in 30 minutes, leave their ass there. All right. Now I thought, before I read, I thought it was gonna be like, okay, if you have mild symptoms, or you know, I don't know what I wasn't expecting that. Because if you have mild symptoms, why go? You know, if your oxygen level is on point and your temperature isn't above 103, why are you going to the hospital? If you have a fever, let that fever do the work. That's your body's way of fighting the disease. Matter of fact, if you catch something that could potentially get into your lungs and cause pneumonia or get into other organs, you want that fever. I don't know about y'all, but if I catch Tecate, I want that fever. I want my body to do the work to knock it out. Now, I really would prefer to be asymptomatic. My body's so immune, my immune system is so on point, I don't even need to go into a fever. I have 0 symptoms. My body just knocks it out just like that. That's the ideal way. But after that, if that doesn't happen, you know, you don't want it to spread without no fever. You want it to stay up in your sinuses, you know, your upper respiratory system. That's where you want to keep it without a fever. Once it starts creeping down, you want that fever to kick in long before it creeps down. Anyway, I digress. So I thought they were going to be like, oh no, if you have mild symptoms, you know, or I don't know what I was thinking. Because if something happens to you where you need to call the ambulance, then maybe you passed out or something. But maybe you passed out and your heart never stopped. You know, you just fainted, and your oxygen levels are good and all that. Your family just called the ambulance because you passed out. And we're in the times where any little thing that happens to you, everybody freaks out and thinks that you have Tecate. So, but no, I thought that would be something they turn away. Well, you know, you just fainted, okay? Your oxygen levels are good. You don't have a fever right now. You have mild symptoms. You maybe have a little headache or something. And yeah, you don't need to go to the hospital. I thought that's what they were talking about. But they're talking about dead motherfuckers. Well, it all makes sense when you think about it, right? Because, oh, let me look at some. Mama Trucker says, you're in Cali, what you think, Mama Trucker? What do you see? What's your perspective? You're in California. Have you seen that? Does it look like? They're saying every hospital is at capacity. Now, you know, I don't know. From what I've seen, it looks like more so the Trader Joe's are at capacity and the Sprouts. But like I said, I only went to one hospital. I'm not about to have confirmation bias. I only went to one hospital where I saw a COVID triage that had 3 people in line. So I'm not going to, you know, and no one in the emergency room. Okay? So I had to go through the emergency room. No one in the emergency room for even regular shit. 3 people in the Tecate triage. So I'm about to see what Mama Trucker says. Okay. Not much going on where you at. I had a bad fever last year, me and my grandbaby. Me too. Me and like 3 or 4 of my children and my wife, we had a real bad, you know, flu-like symptoms and body aches, headaches, couldn't taste or smell anything back in December of last year. Not last year, December 2019. I was out of commission, but I was still trying to get it in. You thought you were dying? My fever broke in a day, and I haven't had any more problems. Good for you. You're in Palmdale? Did I say the C word? Oh, my bad. The hospitals I'm in, the hospital I'm not sure, but my doctor office was closed yesterday, and there was no holiday yesterday. It was closed. Now, now I'm wondering, was it closed because he went to a hospital that was overwhelmed to help out? Maybe. Like I said, I'm not gonna suffer from confirmation bias based on the one hospital I visited, since they said that everything was full up. But, you know, and it was a VA hospital. But I remember at some point they were talking about, no, they did. They actually made it to where not just veterans were able to go to VA hospital. They opened it up to the public because of when Tecate first started, they thought it would be overwhelmed. So it is opened up to regular folks. But the main building, the whole main building was closed. All right, the whole main building was closed. No one was there. And like I said, I saw 3 Tecate patients going into the Tecate triage. So, I don't know. And then I talked to a couple healthcare workers I know out here. They're not seeing that. And a lot of healthcare workers I talk to say that it's being overblown. I don't know. I don't know, you two. The hospitals, I'm not sure. Okay. My grandbaby never had shots, and I don't take them. We got past it. But I eat only organic, mostly plant-based. That's what's up. Yeah, I eat the same way, basically. Not mostly plant-based, but, you know. I heard one person here in Cali went to the hospital for choking on food and caught Tecate from just going to the hospital. Of course, the hospitals where all the diseases at, not just Tecate. All right? Not just Tecate. Black people, we need more vitamin D and K. Oh, yeah. Link Hillfield, Hollifield. I take vitamin D and K3 or K2 every day. These little drops. So, especially during the winter and even during the summer, right? Like, and in the summer, I don't know if y'all was rocking with me when in the summertime, I was always out in the sun, rucking, exercising, you know what I'm saying? Building up my vitamin D stores, building up my immune system. So, you know, and as you can see, I'm out here right now. And even, look, even with this shit, right? Even with that, there's still some rays getting through, still some ultraviolet light getting through all this shit. So I'm getting at least a minimal amount of vitamin D right now. But yeah, I take vitamin D supplements, and my kids and my wife. So, you know, and you know, I eat a lot of seafood, which is especially oysters. I eat oysters every day with my salad. So that has, and the oysters have the zinc, all the minerals. Oysters have a lot of good shit in it. So the sun you see is a projection from the original sun. Okay, Mama Bear, is that what he's saying? You saying that the sun that we're seeing is not the real sun? Well, that's a problem. How'd you come upon that information? What made you come to that conclusion? Is it something you read? Is it a study you saw? Oh, I'm doing a lot better than I was Sunday. Sunday around this time, I was dying. I couldn't even. I'm doing a lot better. How many laps did I do? I think I think I did 3. What did I do, 3? Anyway, I don't know how many laps I did, man. I keep losing count. Could y'all tell how many I did? I know you can't really. They also don't want us to see the signs from the Most High Yah. Yeah, they don't want us to see the signs of anything. They don't want us to have any enlightenment whatsoever. Keep those vitamins up. Hearing good things about echinacea. Yeah, I take echinacea too. So I get echinacea. I get zinc, selenium. Selenium is good too. It's a great antioxidant. Shit. What else do I get in my system? The turmeric, elderberry. I get a lot of elderberry. Golden seal is good for your sinuses. Mullein is good for your lungs. I take a lot of mullein. There's a lot of shit I take. A lot of natural herbs that I get in. So this is hilarious. So this woman is coming up the stairs. Already has a mask on. Sees me coming down without a mask and takes her jacket and goes like this with the mask on. So that lets you know how much confidence people have in that mask, right? If they feel like they have to cover themselves with their jacket just when they're around someone who's not wearing a mask. Oh shit, did I say mask? I meant face flag. So this woman's wearing a face flag already. Sees me coming without my mask on, without a face flag on, and goes like this with her jacket. That's hilarious to me. Hilarious. You know, that fear is gonna make her sicker than I ever would. And you know, I would venture to guess that a lot of people going to the hospital are hypochondriac right now. You know, you can manifest symptoms if you're so strongly in fear of what could cause those symptoms. The mind is a powerful thing, right? The mind is a powerful thing. So, you know, I don't know what this thing is that they say is Tecate 19. I don't know if it's real or not. What I do know is I'm not going to believe and trust the media for what they tell me it is. I'm not going to trust and believe in what the government says it is, you know. But I do know, I believe, based on what they're saying, that I feel like I might have had already contracted it back in December of last year. Or not last year, of 2019. Because now they're saying, they're attributing so much shit to Tecate that it's ridiculous. All right, I just found out. This is what they're saying. You might have had Tecate 19 if your thyroid is overactive and if you have GERD, okay? Because the sinus situation from the Tecate caused your heartburn to act up and now you got GERD. Well, y'all know I do have hyperthyroidism. My thyroid is a little overactive, and you know, I was dealing with GERD pretty bad, you know, starting in March. My GERD is a lot better now, right? But they're saying that could be a sign that you had Tecate. And I had both those things. I had I found out I had hyperthyroidism in like January. I never had hyperthyroidism before. That was my first time ever being diagnosed with that shit. And then I get the GERD in March. So, I mean, I don't know. I never had hyperthyroidism before. I mean, my sister did. My older sister had hyperthyroidism, and my youngest sister had hypothyroidism. So, who knows, man? Who knows? Fear weakens your immune system, and indeed it does. Fear.
Right behind you, big bro.
Yeah, it's not even so much fear. It's letting that fear control your thoughts, right? There's nothing wrong with fear, but what you're supposed to do with fear is use it as a tool to overcome, right? To handle a situation in a certain way. See, we're designed to have fear so that we can run from danger or attack the danger head on, you know, neutralize the danger. And it's supposed to be damn near immediate, okay? And then when you have fear over something that you soon realize you can't control, well then you're supposed to recognize, yo, I can't control this fear. I can't control the situation. There's no point in being in fear of it. It's better to build your defenses up and adapt and overcome, right? So you use your fear to recognize the problem. Fear lets you know there is a problem. Fear lets you know that there's something to deal with, right? It's not for you to be like, oh my God, I'm so afraid. I'm gonna wallow in my fear and let it overcome me. No, that's not what you do with fear, okay? So it's not fear itself that's the problem. It's what you let that fear do to you. It's how you use that fear. So, and some people don't have it like that, right? Like me, I'm naturally, like, when I'm afraid of something, when I experience fear, I address it immediately. And if I can't solve the problem, then I'm like, okay, well, nothing I can do about it right now, but prepare for the worst. But I'm not gonna wallow in it. I'm gonna take proactive steps to make sure whatever's causing that fear doesn't affect me in the worst way. But most people aren't like that. Most people, I'm naturally like that. I'm naturally where, like, for instance, my brother is always trying to scare me, right? My brother lives with me, and he's always trying to startle me. So, like, he'll be sneaking around, and he'll do whatever, and all that other shit, jump out, try to give me jump scares, right? And I just look at him like, so it's not because he wasn't good at sneaking up on me, because he was. He was. But my brain registered as soon as I heard the noise. Okay, this is my brother being a clown again. I didn't recognize it as a real threat. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's not, so in a real life situation where I wouldn't ever expect my brother to give me a jump scare, and it's a real threat, you know, I can register it as a real threat and act accordingly and not panic. My brother always trying to scare the shit out of me. All right, always trying to give me jump scares at the house. And he does the same thing to my wife. Every time he gets to my wife, every time my wife is jumping out of her fucking pants, when my brother tries to scare her. I even scare when I'm not trying to, right? I'll be coming out of a room and she'll go, oh! And I'm like, man, you got to stop that, because you're getting too startled right now. That's not a good look. You gotta control that. You gotta control that fear. Use the fear to your advantage. Okay, let me read some comments. The whole end game is to destroy y'all's people. Let me see, hold on. Fear will get your immune system, and then they want to keep you inside. They want it to incubate, of course, in our bodies. People don't even use common sense anymore. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. They want you to stay in the house so that you're in a closed environment, which creates a better environment for whatever thrives in that environment, whether it be mold, dust, all that shit. So it's good, even if you have AC. First of all, you make sure you change your filters out often enough for your AC and your heaters. But every now and then, open all the windows, open all the doors, run some fans through that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And let it air out. You know what I'm saying? Open all the window shades, let the sun get in, because mold doesn't like sun. All that shit. Just make your house an environment for you to thrive in and not for bacteria and mold, which I actually know exist. All right? Viruses, I'm not so sure about, But I know mold, getting mold in your lungs can cause the same symptoms that they say Tecate causes. So can a bacterial infection, all right? So let's understand that. Okay. Let's see. We're in another national lockdown in England. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're not letting you guys travel to any other country, right? Other countries ain't letting y'all in. Man. And that sucks, because in the UK, y'all can't even bear arms. You know what I mean? Y'all can't even use the tools for defense. Hell, they trying to outlaw knives in London. Are they successful in that? Who's that? The Hobbit Kai? How's that knife ban going in the UK or in London? Let me read some of y'all comments. Okay, man. You in the snow, Marcy T? Hey, how you doing, Marcy T? Hey, Marcy T says, hey, Christopher and I love you, brother. GTSY. We going out to ruck. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Everybody should be rucking. To me, it's the best form of cardio. Because, I hate running long distance. I'd rather sprint short distance and ruck long distance. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's good. I'm glad you guys are doing that. All right, let me see something here. I've only had bad allergies lately. Yeah, me too. Me too, Mama Trucker. Which is why I can't take the Craxine. Because I got all the allergies. The whole end game is to destroy y'all's people. The biggest kept secret in the world is who the black people scattered around abroad really are. We are the true Hebrews that the Bible speaks of. Yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that. Many people believe many different things. Me, I'm still searching and learning, But I take all the information I can get. Mama Trucker says, in our state is full of Tecate. Yeah, that's what they say. God said for us not to eat meat that we didn't raise. I heard that, yeah. Yeah, because you know what you're doing with your meat. Now, my rancher, where I get my meat from, I'm not growing it, but I have full access to his ranch. You know what I'm saying? Anytime I want. So I can at least take comfort in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on it. Look, I plan on having my own land and growing my own shit. Believe that to retrieve that. I'm hoping. I'm out of California this year. I'm leaving California this year. And hopefully by 2022, I'll be having some land. So I'm working on it. I don't know about cattle and all that. I don't know if I want all that, but I might have some chickens. You know what I'm saying? Might have some chicken so I can get eggs, vegetables and fruit, of course. You know, and eat mostly plant-based, or unless I know ranchers that I can trade with, you know what I'm saying, barter with, and I know I can trust how they raise their animals like I do out here. So, and I already know somebody where I want to live whose father owns a ranch. So, you know, it's all about networking and making sure you're good wherever you go. Yeah, so. Oh, thank you, Blackspring with Autumn. Blackspring with Autumn just posted my book. I wrote a book called The Seeds of Dark Matter. So y'all can go check that out on Amazon right now. The link is in the chat. Thank you, Blackspring with Autumn. It's a post-apocalyptic, well, it's not even a post-apocalyptic, it's a during apocalyptic thriller. Now, I completed it in 2015. It's really, it's about a pandemic. That's really what it is. It's a pandemic. That's what the book is about. It's a book that where the story occurs during the pandemic, during a pandemic. A lot of good. It's a good read. I suggest y'all go out and get that. If y'all want to support your boy, support the channel, y'all go out and cop that book. That'll go a long way to helping your boy out. I'm working on book 2 right now. I'm actually starting the editing process because I have over 200 pages written. So my editor already has the first 200 or so pages, and she's going to be working on that starting this month. So that'll be hopefully be ready by summer, spring or summer. I'm hoping to have book 2 complete. So you know, I'm excited. Well, I'll see, because the way things are going in book 2 right now, it's going to be at least twice as long as the first book. So, you know, we'll see what happens. You know, the first book was like almost 300 pages. I'm thinking this one will be about at least 500 pages. I'm thinking just the way it's going right now. I don't even think I'm halfway through the story right now, through the second book. Let me see. They haven't banned knives yet, but they're showing fear about gang stabbings, of course, with some people coming out and pushing for us to only have plastic knives. It's so ridiculous. Like, you can't hurt somebody with a plastic knife. What up? Like you can't hurt somebody with a plastic knife. It's so stupid. And then they're gonna ban the plastic knives. And then how you gonna cut your food? How you gonna prepare your food? It's retarded, man. You know, I don't like hate, but I really do not like these politicians, these goddamn despots and tyrants. I can't stand them. I'm getting sick and tired of them trying to run everything in our lives and just treating us like sheep. Really, we're sheep to them. So, you know, I'm just getting tired of these people. You know, there needs to be a big change. I'm familiar with CERN, Link Hellerfield. Oh, you stupid fool. What's up, man? California Dreaming in NYC was good. Yes. Blackspring with Autumn. The Exodus plan is real. The Exodus plan is real. They use dark matter that they collect in a machine called CERN. Yeah, I know. Tapping into other dimensions and bringing about, you know, horrible shit into this dimension from the dark field. So I named my series The Seeds of Dark Matter, right? Because it actually deals with dark matter on a large scale. but you won't actually get to see it until, so this is how it's gonna work. You won't see the dark matter. You won't, you know, you really won't even read anything about it in my stories until the second set of the second trilogy, which the second trilogy is going to take place before the pandemic of the current trilogy, right? So it's kind of like Star Wars, where they started with the middle trilogy and they went back to the first trilogy, right? The prequel trilogy, and then they hit the sequel trilogy after that. That's kind of how I'm doing it, because there's more mystery, right, for the characters in the current trilogy. Like, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what's, like, the important characters, right? The most important characters of this trilogy don't know what the hell is going on, right? They don't know what happened in the events of the previous. That's the one. They don't know what happened during the events of the previous trilogy. So there is a lot of mystery in the first in this current trilogy. So this is a mystery for the readers as well. So when you go back to the first trilogy, right, the prequel trilogy, you'll see events, or you'll read about events and all that shit leading up to the events of the current trilogy. That's going to be a lot more expansive, right? It's going to be a lot more involved. You'll see a lot more things. And so really, the prequel trilogy is like the sequel, right? Because you don't want to give up too much in the first 3 books. You want to lead the people into it methodically. So I had to start with the current trilogy, so that when y'all go back to the first trilogy, things will shit'll line up perfectly and make a lot more sense. And then when you get to the last trilogy, that's gonna be the epic part. That's when it's really gonna get deep. And it's not only gonna be 3 trilogies. I plan on making this a whole universe, like with Star Wars and Star Trek and Stargate and all that shit. It's gonna be a whole new universe that I want other writers to be able to use my universe to write their own stories. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want it to be. All right, let's see. I am like the movie The Mist. No, you stupid fool. It's not like that. The Mist is more supernatural. Mine is science fiction. The Mist is supernatural, like ghosts and demons and shit. No, this is more science fiction. Matter of fact, I want it to be more like I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mass Effect, but I love the Mass Effect. My story is kind of inspired by Mass Effect, but not really. But there's going to be a lot dealing with dark matter in the first trilogy. So we're going to deal with the actual dark matter in the prequel trilogy and the sequel trilogy, as opposed to the current trilogy. The current trilogy is more grounded. All right, so it's more grounded, right? The first trilogy and the sequel trilogy and the prequel trilogy are going to be more like out of this world, more dynamic, more things. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it's gonna be. The barrier was created by Yah. You talking about the firmament, Link Hellfeld? I am too. I'm either screaming or crying. So much negative energy, and no one believes I'll be running alone. Running what? California Dreaming? They know God is real. Don't let them fool you. Oh, I know God is real. I just don't know. I know the Creator's real. I just don't have any concept of what that energy is capable of. I can't even come close to fathoming what that energy is. So for me, God is about energy, right? That's how I think of God. Not really as a, you know, not even as a personality or a person. See, I don't even think, I don't even want to try to personify God. To me, it's energy, right? Okay. Oh, it's out already, you stupid fool. Blackspring with Autumn posted a link to the book. It's on Amazon right now. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease is out right now. California Dreaming NYC. Where you live right now? Thank you, Blackspring. Blackspring with Autumn just posted my book. She's on point as usual. Are you in Philly? So it's California Dreaming and NYC while in Philly. Yes, the Most High. No concept. You know? There's no concept. And when you acknowledge that it's impossible to have any concept, that expands your world. You know? I'm not religious. Religious, not Abrahamic, not in terms of the Abrahamic faiths. I'm not religious because to me, religion is too stifling. It's too restrictive. Like you can't have an open mind, and that when you don't have an open mind, that constricts and restricts your capacity to build. You know what I'm saying? And I like building. So if you were stifled by religion, you know, you have a certain set of systems and restrictions and all that stuff. I don't like being restricted. You know, I already know it's wrong to kill. It's wrong to steal. It's wrong to damage someone's property. It's wrong to hurt people. I don't need a religion to tell me that. And I don't need a religion to add on to that and try to tell me, oh, you can't walk on one foot for longer than 2 minutes, or you can't spit on the ground, or, you know, you can't smoke a cigarette, you can't chew tobacco. Like, what's the point of it? You can't drink, you know, you can't eat pork. Like, I don't like that. People have a right to do whatever the fuck they want to do, as long as they're not hurting anybody, as long as they're not causing any harm to someone else. So, in religion, just like government, they add too much to what you can and can't do, and I ain't with that. Like, oh, 10% of your income should go to tithing. Who said? What God need money for? Now, if you want to say, hey, if you want to tell your parishioners, hey, you know, we need a new roof on the church. Can you guys pitch in? But to try to guilt people into giving you money by trying to make you believe that you have to buy your way into heaven, nah, I'm not rolling. Okay. Trying to get a kidney transplant. California Dreaming. You got kidney issues? Well, I hope that works out for you. Hope you find someone who's a match that can help you out. I'll be sending positive vibes and energy through the universe for you. Or praying, as some people would say. religion is definitely occulty. Link Hellerfeld says, I'm not a religious either. I'm just a follower of the Most High Yeshua. Hey, you know, and that's your choice. You know, I know a lot of people that believe in Yeshua and Jesus Christ, and you know, but they're not religious at all. You know. What else y'all got? Blasphemous. My God is the Most High. That's what's up. My Most High is the energy that created this world. But according to entropy and the laws of thermodynamics, not entropy, laws of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed or repositioned or, you know, changing form. So if that's the case, how did everything come about? See, this is the type of shit that I think about. No religion or book or religious book can tell you how that makes sense. They can guess. They can say God created the heavens and the earth, and it took him 7 days or 6 days, and he rested on the seventh. Well, and then it's like, okay, well, who created God? How did God come about? How did he come into existence? See what I'm saying? Something had to create the first thing. And how could that be possible? Something has to be around to create the first thing, right? You can't create the first thing without something being there first. It's a fucking mystery. How did all this come about? How did all this come about? This type of shit I think about. And that's why I can't wrap my hand around it. If God created the heavens and the earth, who created God? And is there only one earth? Did he create multiple earths? Like, what's going on here? I don't know. And to me, that's what God is. To me, that's what the Most High is. The Most High is, you don't know. That's what God is. The God of I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. Heaven is to come. Yeah, I would like to think so. But what's heaven? You know, some people believe that when you pass away, you are born again in another body. Your soul moves on to another body. But see, your soul, the thing that makes you alive right now, the thing that gets your heart pumping and your brain going, there's an energy there that makes that happen. It's not even just that. There's a personality. There is individuality. There's the individual, right, that occupies this moving body, this functioning body. That's the energy. It can't be destroyed according to the law of thermodynamics. Jesus. So, what's it doing? Where's it going? This body is no longer holding this energy. Where's the energy going? The light. What's the light? I haven't experienced any light. I haven't died in this body, right? But I'll tell you what's interesting. I've seen videos where an animal or human being dies, and you can see something floating away from that body in the screen. I don't know if it's a camera trick or it's just something, whatever. But just at that moment, it just so happens that that thing that was in, the thing died, the animal died, the living being died, and something floated away from it at that moment. And if it's a camera trick, that's a hell of a coincidence. So where is that thing going? I don't know, you guys ever see that video where that rat got caught in the mousetrap and it's dying and it's in the throes of death, and then it stops moving and a little thing floats away in the camera? Where the hell is that going? You know what I mean? Like, I think that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what I mean? Who has those answers? I can't confirm it. Can y'all confirm that? There is an energy that governs everything. God said that I am who I am, the beginning and the end. He is the ultimate energy and the spirit and no one before him. And when he ends thing, he will reveal himself. Something created everything, no doubt. Do I believe in UFOs? Well, a UFO is an unidentified flying object. I see those all the time. You ever see little specks flying around? You don't know what the hell that is? That's a UFO. Anything. Anyway, I know what you mean, really. Yeah, of course. Do I believe that there's life outside of this planet, on other planets and other solar systems and other galaxies? Hell yeah. How arrogant of us. We would have to be so arrogant to believe that we are the only planet that has sustainable life in the entire universe. What kind of arrogance would we have to actually believe that shit? We'd have to be so fucking arrogant, right? No, I believe that we are not the only life forms in the universe. That would be stupid to think that. Well, now see, it depends. Do you believe the universe exists, right? Because according to some people, those aren't stars out there. Those are little discs of light that have frequencies like that, like above, like that. People believe there's a firmament, that the earth is flat, and that there's a firmament, which is what they call the atmosphere, or the the little shit at the very top where when you see comets go through, it catches on fire. They're saying that that's the that's the firmament, and you can't get past it, and above it is waters, like the water above, that's water above you or whatever. Some people don't believe there's a universe out there. Some people think that we're just a closed system, that the earth is a closed system where nothing can exist outside of it. So it depends on what you believe. The book of Enoch explains a lot of this. Yeah, so some people believe that. Some people believe, that's their belief. Me, I have no idea. I have never been close enough to the whatever the fuck they call that, the barrier. I haven't been in a space shuttle. I don't know. All I know is I don't trust NASA. I don't trust NASA to massa. Nope. Because they went to the moon in the 60s, right? Now, they're telling us that they lost the technology that they used to go to the moon in the 60s. And that's why we ain't been back to the moon yet. What was it? What was it? So all that money we put into NASA, and they can't, and the technology they had in the 60s, they can't achieve better than that now to go to the moon. If we were able to go to the moon in the 60s, and there was such an advancement in technology since that point, then we should be able to go to the moon every other day. You know what I'm saying? So, I damn sure don't trust NASA and their little CGI videos and their, no, I don't trust NASA. So I have no idea what's going on. Just like with this Tecate situation, I have no idea what's going on with that. All I know is they're saying California, everybody's about to die in 2 days in California from Tecate 19 because, you know, they're coming in younger and sicker, and, you know, 1,000 people die every day in California and all this other shit. Like, let me tell y'all, if that, I think they said in Los Angeles County, I think they said that 1,000 people die every day from Tecate in Orange County. Now, you also have all these other deaths in California and in Los Angeles County that you gotta deal with. So why ain't I seeing funeral processions on every block? Why am I not seeing funeral processions every day? I have not seen not a procession in months. Oh, because you're not allowed to have funerals like that no more, right? If things aren't adding up, you know, this is a pure speculation, but I don't believe the numbers. I don't believe it. Now, if you look at the amount of deaths that occurred last year in 2020, there's about 3 million, right? Almost 3 million. That's about a couple 100,000 more than normal, right? Normal than the past few years. Now, it's not because where did the increases occur? Where did the increases occur? Well, if you look at it, the increases in deaths in the death rate in certain categories, right? Let's say you take, I think I'm on number 5, lap number 5 right now. I'm going to take the trail now and finish up. So I'm feeling great. Like I feel like I can do this 5 more times. That's what I feel like. That's a market improvement over Sunday. All right, so something created everything, no doubt. But what created the thing that created everything? It's so weird. Like what came first? Like it's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? What became? You would say the egg, right? You would say the egg, because every time a few generations go by, some new eggs get laid and it get closer and closer to the chicken. So you would say the egg came first. Well, something created the fucking egg, right? The pterodactyl, not pterodactyl. Well, maybe the pterodactyl or the fucking raptor. You know, the velociraptor. Maybe the velociraptor laid some eggs and eventually the chicken came. I don't know. But what created the raptor, right? Something has to create something that created something else. So what created the first thing that created everything? And that's where the paradox comes in. That's where you can't answer that question. You can't answer. That's why it's a paradox. You can't answer the question. What created the first thing that created everything else? You can't answer that. There's no way you can. So it's pure speculation when people tell you what created the first thing. I know I'm dwelling on that, but it's just something I think about a lot. Anyway, what was I saying before? Oh, the deaths. Fuck. Damn it. I lost my train of thought. Yep. Marcy, I hear you. And that's where faith comes in. Marcy has faith that he created everything. But who created him? How did he come about? Israel just said they are communicating with aliens. They are actually fallen angels, demons, perhaps. I don't know. I don't know. Damn, I was about to say something. I lost my damn train of thought. I hate when that happens. But, you know. Oh, what was I saying? I did 5 laps. On lap number 5, About to be done. Elapsed T-neck, what does that mean? God don't live off our timing. Hell no. We can't expect God. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do not lean on our own understanding. My ways are not, my ways lean on him to facilitate everything. Who's fucking with you, Marcy T? So, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Sunday, I was out of it. Today, I'm progressing. And that's what it's all about. Progressive overload, that's how you improve. That's how you get gains. Right now, I'm getting gains in muscular endurance in my legs, my back, my core, my shoulders. Because I still have to hold this damn pack up, you know. Oh, Google's fucking with you? But yeah, a lot of questions that can't be answered. That's the paradox. Oh, tell Chris I said much love to him too. Tell him I said what's up. Keep pushing. Oh yeah. If you want to speak to me one-on-one, just email me. Email me the contact information at snapzillagorilla@gmail.com. So anybody want to chop it up, you know, communicate with me, snapzillagorilla@gmail.com. Good looking out, Xander. So yeah, who knows? Who knows? But one thing I know is I don't believe anything they're telling me about Tecate. I don't believe anything they say about going to the moon. Marcy is a gorilla with a GUE. GUE. Xander just posted it again. Tamiko Anderson asks, at the definition of anarchy, so what is Tecate 19? Are you asking me what it stands for? What are you asking me? Tecate 19 is the thing they're saying is ravaging the world right now, where there's, which caused over 350,000 deaths in the United States. That's what Tecate 19 is. Now, it's Tecate 19 for the purposes of not setting off the algorithm and getting my live flagged because I'm saying I'm not putting stock into what they're saying about Tecate 19. Now, when you say that, they will flag you and they will give you a community guideline strike. So I'm calling it Tecate 19 because it won't set off the algorithm. I might need to change it up soon. So for future reference, if I start saying Modelo 19, y'all know what I'm talking about. Mexican cerveza, right? So that's what we're calling, that's what I'm using in place of that word. The names of Mexican cervezas. So, if that's what you're asking. Ooh, the sun's coming out. So good. Sun feeling really nice right now. Kissing your boy's skin. Because they want lies only, exactly. Definition of anarchy. So is it a fatal disease? Right. I mean, okay, so I'll say this. The cold, right? The common cold, which is sometimes caused by, now the cold is how your body responds to a certain invasion, okay? It could be bacterial, it could be fungal, but the cold is how your body reacts to it, how your immune system reacts to it, right? So the cold, what it is it's the sniffles, it's the cough, it's the sneezes, you know what I'm saying? You don't get the fever usually, because usually a cold is just upper respiratory. So, you know, your body goes through changes to expel that disease or whatever it is. Whatever the bacteria is, whatever the so-called virus is, whatever the fungus is. So, the cold, but sometimes the cold is lower respiratory, but you won't get a fever. So that's why it's not a flu. So you can get a really bad cold that can get into your lungs and give you bronchitis. Sometimes, for the most part, the cold is not fatal. For most people who don't get it, for most people who get the cold, it's not fatal, right? Right, you go through certain months of the year, you go through the winter season or the fall and winter season, and boom, you get colds because whatever's causing that cold thrives in cooler environments. All right, so for the most part, right, you don't die from it. You go through your symptoms, whether it be for a few days or a few months. One year I had a real bad cold. There were 2 years I had really, really bad colds, right? 2008 and 2012. No, 2011. So in 2008, wait, it was 2012 actually. 2008 I had a really bad cold. Now I didn't get past my upper respiratory system, but it lingered for a long ass time. I lost my voice and everything. It was just it was a pain in the ass, right? Now that lasted for a few months, all right? And I think I was just eating crap. My immune system wasn't on point, all right? 2012, I had another bad cold. I don't know what caused it. You know what I'm saying? Because usually when people get colds, they don't go get tested. They just ride it out. And if it gets bad, they go to the hospital. But it got really bad. It only lasted like 3 weeks. But that shit had me laid up. I did not have a fever. And I could feel it in my lungs. All right? I felt it in my lungs. And it hurt. You could say that it was the same symptoms that you get from Tecate. But eventually I got over it. But I had this issue with shortness of breath. And so, you know, I went to the doctor. They x-rayed my chest. And it turned out that I had bronchitis. I didn't have pneumonia. I had bronchitis. So, you know, they gave me an inhaler. But I survived it. That's what happens with most people. So, and to me, I like to say that it's the same thing with Tecate. So, is it fatal? For a very, very, very small percentage of people, it can be. But 99.97% of people are going to be okay. Some of them, for whatever reason, have lingering symptoms. You know what I'm saying? Have lingering issues, like me with the GERD and the hyperthyroidism. You know what I'm saying? Some people have shortness of breath for a long time. What I really feel like it has to do with your lifestyle. what's your lifestyle when you catch these diseases? Your lifestyle will determine how you fight these diseases, right? Or how you come out on top, you know? In 2012, when I caught that real bad cold, I wasn't exercising a lot. I wasn't doing a lot of cardio. I wasn't really eating right. You know what I'm saying? I was eating a lot of crap. And I was living with my mother-in-law because we were trying to save up to buy a house. So that was kind of a pain in the ass. So there's a lot of things that contributed to that cold getting so bad. Not just the fact that I had a cold. So I believe the fact that I wasn't doing a lot of cardio, my lungs weren't very strong. My heart was probably not as strong as it should have been. You know what I'm saying? I was overweight. I think I was at 260, but out of shape 260. You know what I'm saying? Not super out of shape, but not nearly the shape I'm in now. So I felt like, and you know, I wasn't doing my deep breathing exercise like I should have been. There's a lot of factors I feel contributed to my cold getting that bad. So it just depends on how you take care of yourself. Now, anomalously, some people are very healthy, you know, they do everything right. Anyway, like I was saying, some people are extremely healthy. Their heart is on point. Their lung capacity is on point. Their blood circulation is great. And they catch something. They catch a disease. And it'll kill them faster than it'll kill someone who smoked for 20 years, who don't exercise, and eat McDonald's every day. Sometimes it bees like that. So, is exercising and being healthy, is that foolproof? Hell no. Well, that's why I know it's not foolproof. That's why I build my immune system by doing things other than just exercising and eating right, right? I take the herbs in, you know what I'm saying? You personally think lean muscle is faster than buff muscle? Yeah. So I take in my herbs, I take the vitamin D, you know, I eat right, you know, I boost my immune system. But what I think also helps, let me take this heavy ass pack off, hold on. Oh God. So, I think breathing exercises, like meditate and do yoga, that's how I get my meditation in. I do yoga, right? Once or twice a week. And there are a lot of breathing exercises that you do in yoga that I feel like can help with a respiratory disease, keep it from getting into your lungs and causing problems there. Because what they're saying about many of these respiratory diseases is that, you know, it's best to take really deep breaths and forceful breaths, right? You take a deep breath in, take a forceful breath out, and that'll dislodge a lot of things that might be in your lungs and push it out, right? Like you do just a lot of breathing exercise that helps calm your heart and builds the strength in your lungs, and the air will get through it forcefully, and that'll help keep things from taking hold in your lungs, right? So I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. You do Bagua Zong. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that, but what I do, it's moving meditation. That's what's up. That's what I feel like yoga is. Yoga is kind of like isometric sometimes. It's a flowing meditation thing you got going on there. And then at the end of the yoga sessions, you can just relax and go into Shavasana and just, you know, relax and just lay on your back and close your eyes and just breathe and let things get released. That's what I do at the end of each yoga session. March T, I do. I try to hold my own, man, you know. You like to hurt people. Oh, you practice Kung Fu? This must be Christopher. Christopher, is that you talking through Marcy T's, your mom's shit? Oh, okay, she's sharing a channel because Nigerians hacked your email. Damn, that's fucked up. Okay, okay, there you go. Okay, you're in there. I appreciate that, Christopher. Yo, this is Jay with open eyes, LOL. They striked after deleting my last video on my channel, so I can't do anything on it for a week. So I'm on this one. Okay, Hidden Marco. Everybody, Hidden Marco, that's Jay with open eyes. Yeah, I mean, you flying over the target, bro. That's what's going on. You flying over the target. You got to start using code words, okay? You got to start using code words. You got to start using code words when you talk about certain shit. And you just have to trust that people are smart enough to understand what you're saying. Okay? So that's my suggestion. And that's like when I was talking about the face flags, the first live I did rucking, right? The first rucking live I did at the stairs, I was talking about face flags, but I said the M word a lot, right? I was talking about how the M word or the face flags were causing oxygen restriction and this, that, and the third, and they gave me a strike, okay? And I was like, okay, I got to start using code words. And I'm not even monetized. Yeah, man, no problem. Good vibes on this channel, cuz keep it going on. Thank you, man. I will. All right, so I'm gonna get off this. I'm gonna get back to the house. I gotta do some. What I like to do is I do Muay Thai, I do boxing, and I do the yoga stuff. So I stay limber. You know what I'm saying? I gotta have my axe kicks tight and my cartwheel kicks on point. So, you know, it is what it is. And you know, that's really yoga and exercise really help the fear factor, like help me control my fear. And you know, I went to when I went to my cardiologist told me after all this testing she did, she said, your body responds to stress, like your heart rate is elevated, right? Your heart rate is elevated when there's stress, highly elevated, but it's at an even keel, right? It doesn't spike too much, meaning that during high stress situations, my body reacts to the high, like at high levels, right? My body reacts at high levels with high blood flow, but I handle the stress well. You understand what I'm saying? Like my body responds to stress, it reacts to stress at a high level, but it's not, it deals with it evenly. It deals with it like at a smooth and calm fashion. So even if my heart rate is elevated, it's not like jerky and what they call that. It doesn't fluctuate too much, right? So my heart rate is steady as I'm going through stress. So that's how, you know, that's how I get it in. So during high stress situations, you know, my body knows it's a high stress situation, but my mind helps me. My mind levels everything off to where I can react in a way that is methodical. What that happened? No problem, Blackspring. That's what I'm here for. I will keep going. Your efforts help encourage me to be the best I can be. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. The martial arts I practice stresses low pounding kicks. Yes, I like low kicks. Every step is a kick. Every kick is a step. That's what's up. Yeah, I like my kicks I like to keep my kicks low. I like low kicks to the legs and even to the ribs. I only use high kicks when I know that the opponent is getting tired. You know, they're dropping their guard or whatever, and then you can land a good high kick, and boom, and knock Mickey Ficky out. But you can also land a good kick to the liver with a good shin to the liver. That'll drop a motherfucker too. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this, man, and I'm gonna stay in the fight for sure. Anyway, much love to you guys. Like, share, subscribe. You know, whatever you guys got to do, and I'll holler at y'all maybe Friday or Sunday. You know, so yeah, peace out. What the fuck?